What is up, Budget Billers? My name is Trail, and today we have more news on when we can expect the second part of the infrastructure bill to be voted on in Congress, let alone for the negotiators to actually be completed with the bill. Now, Congress is still working hard trying to pack as many social provisions into this bill as possible, especially our man Bernie Sanders, that will still have a high probability to pass Senator Joe Manchin's approval. And we have a projected timeline of when that might actually happen. Also, guys, hey, the House Democrats are facing more hurdles when it comes to finalizing this bill, as they are now receiving threats from Senate Democrats that once the bill reaches them, it may face even more changes. Now, it gets even challenging as the Democrats have a slim majority in the Senate, and they have to make sure that their provisions are able to meet the guidelines of the budget rules, which will soon have to be approved from the parliamentarian. Now, guys, hey, before we get started, you already know what to do, but if you are interested in these topics today, be so kind and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. Now, let's go ahead and get right back into this video. The stock market has just hit new all-time highs as of yesterday. The S&P logs the longest series on record since 1997 of actually rallying, or in other terms, going straight up. The S&P 500 index, which is the SPX ticker symbol, ended up less than 0.1% at 4,700 points as of yesterday, but enough to have 8 straight days of record highs. But guys, hey, the stock market is not the only one hitting record highs right now. Crypto market. Yes, guys, the crypto market, are also known as like Bitcoin and Ethereum. They have now hit a $3 trillion market cap as of Monday. Now, they're saying that the cryptocurrency market is now worth more than $3 trillion as of this morning around 7 o'clock in London. The overall market cap of cryptocurrencies hit $3 trillion according to CoinGecko's pricing. This is the third and the fourth biggest tokens, which is Binance Coin and Solana, as well as they have added more than 20% in the past 7 days. All of the 7 biggest coins are now up over the past week. Bitcoin rose to all new all-time highs as of Monday as well, hitting $68,000, as well as Ethereum just hit new all-time highs, hitting $4,800. Now, guys, if you are not invested yet, what are you waiting for? It is past the time, guys. You have got to start investing right now, unless you're planning on leaving this earth sometime in the next few weeks. But if not, you need to start investing. And the best way to start investing right now is go ahead and signing up with our partners that we have teamed up with called Webull. Right now, you can sign up for Webull and deposit just $1 or more, and they will give you 2 free stocks, guys. Yes, 2 free stocks for just depositing just $1. And with Webull, you can actually start investing in either some stocks or some cryptocurrencies. Now, that is my suggestion right now, that you go ahead and use the link down below to sign up, guys. And it's totally free. All you have to do is just deposit any amount above $1. Now, last week, guys, hey, a judge decided to put a halt to the vaccine mandate that was issued by the Biden administration that requires employers with more than 100 employees to be vaccinated or have weekly testings. Now, this was supposed to be implemented by January the 4th. Now, even though the court system has ruled against the vaccine mandate, the White House is planning to move forward with the mandate, even though it has been frozen by the court systems. The White House on Monday urged businesses to move forward with implementing rules for the coronavirus vaccines after a federal court stayed President Biden's vaccine or test mandate for private companies. Now, according to the White House press secretary, Karen Jean-Pierre, said that we still think that people should not wait. We say do not wait to take actions that will keep your workplaces safe. It is important and critical to do, and waiting to get more people vaccinated will lead to more outbreaks and sicknesses. We're trying to get past this pandemic. As we know, the way to do that is getting more people vaccinated. Now, the Biden administration maintains that it is on firm legal footing after a federal appeals court in New Orleans temporarily blocked the rule, which was developed by the Labor Department's Occupational Safety and Health Administrations, which is also known as OSHA. The administration clearly has the authority to protect workers, and actions announced by the president are designed to save lives and stop the spread of COVID-19, noting that the Justice Department would be defending the rule in court. Now, it's unclear how long it will actually take for the legal disputes around the vaccine rule to be resolved. More than 24 state attorney generals, as well as other organizations, are challenging the rule in court. Now, the Biden administration unveiled the rule, formerly known as the Emergency Temporary Standard, last week. The rule requires businesses with 100 or more employees to ensure that their employees get vaccinated against COVID-19 or otherwise submit to weekly testing. So yeah, guys, the White House is moving along with their vaccine mandate, regardless that the court systems have ruled this to be unconstitutional. The Biden administration believes that they are standing on strong grounds as they push this vaccine mandate with employers that have more than 100 employees. Now, guys, hey, let's go ahead and jump right into some stimulus update news. The Democrats are patiently waiting for the CBO score, which is like a cost analysis of the social spending package, to actually be released. The moderate Democrats expect the CBO score to be in line with the social spending package of the cost analysis that the White House put out a couple of weeks ago. Representative Josh Gottheimer said on Sunday that he expects the Congressional Budget Office, or the CBO, score on the Democrats' $1.75 trillion social spending package and the White House's cost analysis of the legislation to actually match up. We received a slew of data this past week from the Treasury Department and from the White House and some early Congressional Budget Office analysis that we're expecting to receive more in the next 7 to 10 days, the moderate Democrats told the State of the Union on Sunday morning. Now, the CBO also stated that we expect it all to match up with what we have received from the White House. That is what I believe will actually happen. Now, do you believe the Congressional Budget Office to say that the bill is paid for in order to vote yes? Now, what they said is that what we're actually looking for are the CBO tables, which score sections of the stimulus bill, which we will be receiving here shortly. And we've already have some data already. We expect the information that we receive to be in line with what we have received from the Treasury Department. And we'll get to that point very soon. I'm sure we'll be ready to move forward once we receive that and it actually matches up with each other. But we just want to make sure that we get the data and that we're able to align it with what we have already on file. Now, the moderate Democrats have already scored a win on Friday, passing that bill in the House with 228 to 206 to advance the $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill to actually send over to President Biden's desk actually sometime this coming week. An agreement between the three Democratic caucuses, moderates said that they would vote for the social spending bill if its CBO score matches the White House's estimates. So yeah, guys, within the next 7 to 10 days, they will have these CBO scores. And from what it looks like, the data that they have already received from the Treasury Department, as well as the White House, it appears that that data is actually going to line up. And that is some good news, because once they verify that the data actually lines up, then they can move towards actually moving this stimulus bill to actually to get a procedural vote to actually get started on passing this bill. So yeah, guys, it looks like we might have a procedural vote on this stimulus bill sometime next week, but it's going to be close to the end of next week. And if not, then probably the following week. But it actually looks like the Democrats are going to be facing some little hiccups here coming soon, as the House Democrats have spent days agonizing over trying to work out an agreement that could win over nearly all of the members in the Senate. But Senate Democrats are warning that it is likely to change once it reaches their chamber. Now, the bill faces multi-pronged challenges in the Senate, as even narrower majority, complex rules governing what can be in the legislation, and a chaotic process that lets Republicans try to peel off enough Democrats to inject changes into the legislation or sink it all together. There's going to have to be a lot of work done, said Senator Jon Tester, asked about the path on the spending bill in the Senate. Now, Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders, who was spotted this week questioning his colleagues on the Senate floor about dropping popular provisions in this bill, vowed to go down to the wire fighting for Medicare expansion and the tax policies. Bernie Sanders said, "I'm going to fight to the last moment here to make sure that those elements are included in this bill," while acknowledging that the spending negotiations were a difficult process. House and Democratic leadership have been trying to iron out the details of this bill before it passes the House and gets sent across the Capitol to Biden's desk. Now, any changes made by the Senate will force the bill to be passed again by the House, even as Congress faces a December legislative pileup. Now, but key Senate Democrats are making it clear that they aren't married to the House's approval just yet. Now, moderate Democrats such as Senator Joe Manchin said he has concerns about this framework. He said, "A lot of concerns, guys. Let's put it that way." Now, Manchin said this during an interview on Fox News on Monday morning, adding that the House bill is not going to be the bill that he actually works off of. of. He added to reporters at Capitol Hill that he had no clue what was in the House legislation that has been subject of days of high-profile debate as Speaker Nancy Pelosi tried to work out last-minute sticking points between moderates and progressives on issues like immigration as well as prescription drug negotiations. So yeah, guys, there are still some sticky points that they have to still work through, and Senator Joe Manchin doesn't feel confident that he will actually support this bill just yet, but he said that he does not want to go off the legislation that was put out by the White House. He wants to see the actual final bill that the parliamentarian is going to approve of before he actually commits to actually supporting this bill. But we'll just have to see, guys. Now, when can we actually expect this bill to actually happen? Well, the White House right now is eyeing a House vote on the spending bill next week. The White House economic advisor, Brian Diaz, on Monday said he expects lawmakers to work through issues with Democrats' social spending bill this week and actually vote on the measure in the House of Representatives sometime next week. He said, we anticipate that we are going to work through some of the scoring issues this week and then anticipate and are looking forward to a vote in the House next week. House Democrats over the weekend allowed for the $1.75 trillion bill covering education, healthcare, climate change, and other areas to clear a procedural hurdle after passing the separate $1 trillion bipartisan bill that addresses the nation's roads, bridges, and other physical infrastructure. Now, they're saying that this move would allow House leaders to set up a quick final vote on the domestic spending bill after a group of centrist Democrats said that they first wanted to see an analysis of the bill's cost by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, which is the CBO. Now, Brian Diaz said on Monday that he expected the CBO's findings would line up with the White House's estimates. Having the infrastructure legislation passed gives us some momentum, he told CNBC, adding that we'll move this process forward. Now, even though they were able to pass this $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill on Friday, there was one person that was not happy at all about it, and that is former President Donald Trump. He has now bashed Senate Republicans as well as Mitch McConnell over the infrastructure bill. Former President Donald Trump on Sunday doubled down on his criticism on the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell and some other Senate Republicans who voted in favor of passing that $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. He said that all Republicans who voted for the Democrat longevity should be ashamed of themselves, and particularly Mitch McConnell, for granting 2 months stay, which allowed the Democrats time to work things out at our country's and our Republicans' party's expense. Trump said in a statement. The former president called Republican lawmakers who voted in favor of the bill rhinos, a widely used term he favors that means Republicans in name only. Now, Trump suggested that Democrats would take advantage of Republicans by enlisting their support to pass that $1.75 trillion social spending bill. He said, how about all of those Republican senators that voted thinking that helping the Democrats is such a wonderful thing to do, so politically correct? They just don't get it, he said. So yeah, guys, as we expected, Donald Trump is not happy that this bill was actually able to be passed. But I think that some Republicans are actually happy because they are really just focusing on the midterm elections next year. They are not really focusing right now because they know the Democrats were going to pass this bill. They know it was just going to be sometime very soon that they are going to pass this bill. So they are really just focusing on the midterm elections, which I will say that Donald Trump just announced on Monday that he's going to wait till after the midterm elections to announce whether he will be actually running for the presidency for 2024. So we'll just have to look forward to whether that is going to happen or not. But some Republicans right now in the GOP are actually saying that we don't need to be focusing on Donald Trump right now. We need to be focusing on the midterm elections and focusing on who is going to run in the 2024 presidential election. But anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today. Now, if you enjoyed this type of content and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like this video, then go ahead and hit that like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.